growing my hair out, it was already kind of like more blonde. And
do you is this, you blow dry your hair or curl it, or
yeah,
is it curly or is it straight?
it's very coarse and just like kind of frizzy.
Okay, just poofy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you always style it?
Yes.
Okay, because you have a lot of heat damage on your ends. When was the last time you lightened it?
December, like a week before Christmas.
And then the last time you did it was just highlights?
No, he was like definitely like trying to like go like lighten it to make it more gray, like bleaching it, yeah.
When was the last time you got a haircut?
That was in October. He cut it a lot just because he said it was very damaged.
Yeah. Did the haircut help after?
With growth or?
Yeah.
My hair's been growing. My hair grows.
How long was your hair before he cut it in October?
Oh, it was really long. Let's see.
Before he lightened it, what color was it?
My hair, it was like very dark brown. So this was like how long it was.
Wow. Okay, yeah, it was pretty long.
Mm-hmm.
Did it feel like this when it was that long?
No, just when we started lightening it, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The color when it was dark brown, what was it? Was it like an at-home color, or was it done in a salon?
No, it was done by him, yeah. He would actually, my roots weren't done. It was just ombre that we would just do like balayage like twice a year. And then he would just touch up my roots like
With like permanent color?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I just want to brighten the gray. Like I basically just want all this like yellow out.
Honestly, Margarita, I can't lighten your hair today. Your hair is really dry, and even me running my fingers through it, all this is breaking off. I don't know if you can tell on the cape.
Mm-hmm.
It's like breaking just like by me touching it.
Yeah.
So I can't lighten it until it feels better. Like the texture of it, I thought it was just hairspray, but like it really is pretty damaged.
Okay.
And these pieces are super short.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to cut them any shorter, but honestly, you're gonna have to trim a little bit off. But I for sure cannot. If I lighten this, it's gonna just melt off.
Oh.
You're gonna have like an uneven, like almost pixie, like length.
Okay. Yeah.
And yeah, the only thing I could recommend is we can tone it, but toning it's not gonna match this. You're still gonna have this discoloration.
Oh.
We could do a treatment. I don't know if you want to tone, because toning it would just make it like ashier, but you'll still have this white and it'll still look
like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's not gonna like do much, and like you said, it like purple shampoo, it probably won't last as long as you would like it to, because you still have all these warm pieces in between.
Okay.
So I don't know if it's 100% worth it for you to even do a toner. We can do a treatment today and a haircut where I can like surface cut and try to keep as much as your length as possible. But I would recommend you do trims, lower your heat on your flat iron.
Okay.
And just try to put the least amount of heat as possible until your hair at least gets to here and gets like a little bit softer and can retain some moisture. Okay. Because until then, anything like other than a treatment or like maybe just a toner would definitely make it worse. Okay. And you'll end up with even shorter hair, because your hair was really long before, compared to what it is right now, and I'd hate to see it get even shorter. You know what I mean?
Because it's barely starting to get some length, and I'm it's, you know, I think October was kind of like when we cut it really, really short.
But right now I think you just need to like take care of it, baby it. Do you want to just do treatment and a trim then?
Yeah, let's just do that, and then we can kind of like
gauge from there. And then I would recommend coming back in about like 12 weeks or so for another trim.
Okay.
But in the meantime, just like getting the right products to take care of your hair, and then just doing like minimal heat as much as possible. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this week I have a client who, when I first met her and felt her hair in person, I did not feel comfortable doing her gray blending color at all, because I just felt like her hair was not in a good state. And so we actually waited about 6 months before we could do her color, and in between that 6 months we did a few appointments of doing trims and treatments in between until I felt like she was ready. There we go. And then one more time, your color history. This was how many sessions you were doing gray blending before? Like how many times was it bleach again?
I think we did 3.
3 times. Okay. And then for the color, do you care if we bring up the highlights to the roots at all and break this up to connect the ends, or you want to just lighten the ends first?
Whatever's gonna be easiest.
Okay.
Yeah. Like whatever, yeah.
Because the only thing is sometimes, since everything is kind of like grown out and diffused here, if I feather up, you still might have a band of warmth a little bit. And sometimes adding in the highlights to the root to kind of create that blend can sometimes diffuse that part.
Okay.
But that's just the only thing, like if we only touch the ends today, it still won't have a full like blended connection from the root to ends because we would just be touching this part.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I could do whichever one you want to do, but those are just the 2 options.
I think I would prefer maybe bringing it all the way up just to like break it up.
Okay. And then we'll lighten the ends and then go from there. Yeah, I think that would be best, especially since your roots are pretty grown out too. It's not going to be like a heavy weave or placement, but just something to help it blend with what your regrowth is coming in with.
Okay.
But we'll work on more of just like adding enhancements to the top and then for sure hitting the ends and everything. Okay. So just to reiterate, so we waited, this is her hair 6 months after the first consultation that we had where we decided not to color her hair, and I also told her to hold off doing any type of purple shampoo so her hair does look a little bit warmer. And you can tell here that those pieces that are blonde definitely need to be lightened up and get a little bit lighter, but I would say her hair at this point felt actually really good. I was pretty confident that her hair would still feel actually great after we did the lightening service because we did her regular trims and then she was able to get the proper products to help moisturize her hair at home, which was so key into getting her hair healthy enough to do this process. And so I'm going to be going in and pretty much doing my signature placement that I do for my gray blending clients. If you are new here, I always start in the back. I do a detail hairline around the nape. And now I'm going to be going up this center section and doing some slices because we are really going to try to just have something that is more of like an enhancement for her root. I am spacing these foils out a little bit further apart because I do want more of that her natural color because she has such beautiful silver hair. But the reason why we decided to do the foils to the root, even though she has beautiful roots, is that since we are trying to essentially blend the ends to the root, I thought it would be best to have some sort of blended connection. So having these foils connected to the root and then also having it blend to the ends, when we put the toner on, it will grab in those areas, and overall you'll see at the end it just makes the whole look more cohesive versus if we were to just lighten the ends. And what I was saying earlier too is if I were to just kind of wet balayage or balayage paint on the blonde areas only today, she has a high chance that there will still be a band and there still will be that difference in where the root and the ends don't look softly blended. So we decided to do some root foils throughout her head to just kind of create that soft blend, and then after today, once everything is just nice and seamless and just like has that connection with her natural and then the color that's on the ends, this will grow out 1,000 times softer than what she had previously. So now that I'm in the front, I'm still doing slices. I'm connecting that back mohawk with the front mohawk now, and I'm just going through it and painting on the root. Now the ends where the previous blonde is, I am going to leave those areas to be lightened after the root is done, because I don't want to over process any pre-lightened ends. So I will address those once I feel like the root is the perfect level. And so right now I'm just focusing on placing that lightener on her virgin root and just trying to get through blending out her roots so that the roots look softly blended and intertwined and has that nice blend with the ends. And I take this side up in one section as well too. So there's really 3 major sections I divide the head into. It's pretty much the center mohawk and then the 2 sides. And this just makes it a lot easier, saves me a lot of time. And when I go in for touch-ups, the most important thing to me is being efficient. And I feel like when you break up this placement, it becomes really simple and easy to kind of map out and see visually. So when I do a touch-up, I don't have to spend longer trying to figure out where my foils need to be. It's pretty straightforward and it just really works for me. So after I've done her root foils, now I'm going in and taking small sections and just kind of hand painting, balayaging the ends a little bit, because we do want to get her ends a little bit lighter. And I am using for this the Danger Jones lightener with 20 volume, and this is just going to be like open air and just let it process naturally. And our goal is to pretty much get those ends to like a level 9 and 10 if it will allow us to. So right now I'm pulling out her root foils. They are ready. I'm making sure that I'm isolating these foils too, because I'm going to drag down the lightener from the root, and now it's going to drag over the ends that I kind of left out in the foils. Like I was saying earlier, when I do her foils, I'm really applying the lightener to the root and leaving out those pre-lightened ends, but that's where I go in and leave the lightener on the ends once the root is all done processing. So for her toner formulation, we did the Danger Jones gloss toners at the root. I did a 6-01, and then on the mids and ends, we did a mixture of their artistic toner in silver and violet blonde. I already asked her prior to toning if she would be okay with letting the ends just get the slightest hue of violet, because the silver toners wash out so fast, and I find that when you overtone the silver toner just a little bit, it does make it last a little bit longer and helps cancel out that warmth before the yellow starts to peek through. So I generally will try to make the silver a little bit more pigmented so it lasts a little bit longer for my clients before it completely washes out.
How does the color feel so far?
I like it.
Feels good?
Yeah.
Great. Much better. For sure. How does it feel?
I love it. So much.
Yeah. Now it blends a little better.
Alrighty guys, so here is the finished look. I absolutely loved the way that this came out. I'm actually really glad that we ended up choosing to add some foils throughout the root, because it just makes everything come together so well. And as long as she continues to take care of her hair and she can use that purple shampoo every now and then to kind of cancel out any golden tones that might be peeking through. Other than that though, I feel like this is going to grow out really soft and just well blended with her natural roots, and she could honestly go however long she would like and just even completely grow this out if she wants to. Alrighty guys, that is it for this week's episode. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in, and as always, I will talk to you guys next week.